Alright, looking around, you'd think I'm in the middle of a suburb or something, which I kind of am, but we're actually going to go check out the Lost Creek Trail and hopefully see us some petroglyphs with any luck. Welcome to Revisiting History, and I am your host, SP.
Alright, so you come down this kind of dirt road from a suburban area, and you get to this, and it's very, I mean, there's like arrows going that way. It doesn't even say what goes that way, but it does say Skyline Regional's that way. Verrado was established 2002. We're going that way. Other thing is, if you're expecting to get through here on foot, it's not happening. You're not gonna get here through here. I mean, I apologize. If you think you're gonna get through here on a vehicle, it's not happening. They got these heavy duty gates kind of placed throughout here. So let's go see some petroglyphs. Hopefully, at best, at worst, we get a nice little exercise in. So beautiful mountains, but awfully close. You can see how the city's kind of encroaching onto the mountains. And
crazy. You got like these. You can see they deliberately stack these to kind of either stem off some of the water or stem off some of the
all
traffic.
these rocks piled up in these formations, and then they have it more over there as well. So I don't know if they're trying to prevent like people going through, which wouldn't really prevent many people, but maybe it's a water stoppage or something. What I'm finding out here is a lot of quartzite mixtures. You can see if you look real closely on the ground, you got some quartzite. Pick some up so you can see it. It's clearly quartz crystal. I had a real cool coworker a while back who was actually able to take it and round the quartzite into a round ball, and that was pretty impressive. You got the barrel cacti out here, but let's get back to the trail. I think we're getting close to the petroglyphs. I actually found this one on a blog, so it's a little bit different than the normal research, but we know they're out here. Got this little side trail. It looks like an excavation mound over here where they've been piling up the dirt. And this takes you, I just hear stuff in the bushes. So it takes you right down into the canal. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Lots of stones piled up, lots and lots of them. Then we have a cross trail over here. And lots of loose sand. You never know what you're going to see down here. But you continue up the other side, and it looks like there's a small excavation trail. It takes you to this mound right here. Looks awfully suspicious to me, so it is what it is. So we've been out here for a while. Keep walking. You got some beautiful rock formations up here, and we should be heading toward the petroglyphs with any luck. Like I said, we've seen a couple signs actually direct you out here, but not very heavily trafficked, honestly. So I might be onto something. I might be a complete miss, but that's how this thing goes. Thank you for watching, as always. I'm approaching an area that would be conducive, completely conducive, particularly to the Hohokam Native Americans. We gotta tread lightly as we come through here, because a lot of times they're also conducive to snakes. So let me get a little bit up on this mountain, or this hill, as they say. Let's look under there. What is that? Like a beginning of a den of some sort. And try and get a little bit closer to these stones up here. It might have petroglyphs. A lot of holes on this hill. A lot of places for snakes to be hiding to get me. Let's go ahead and climb up here. Do not see any petroglyphs as of yet. The big thing isn't going up, it's coming down, because you never know when you're going to step over a stone, or you got a nice little critter hiding underneath. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything exactly. Pretty straight way up. Oof. Loose footing here. That's about all we're going to get, I think. I don't think there's anything up there, though. The petroglyphs now are cordoned off, but historians don't always do a great job of locating them all, so sometimes we make a little bit of an adjustment. Well, back down. I'm going to keep the camera rolling in case something happens to me. I always have things happen to me, and I never have it on camera. With of course the exception of the Choya, but that was a stunt for the movie. So Make our way around here real quick. Trying to see if we can see up here. A little bit closer. Get a little burrow, a little den of some sort. Palo Verde poking up out the top. Does not look like there are petroglyphs here. Good attempt though, good try. Like I said, you never know. That black tarnish though, that's how they used to chisel in whatever formation they're gonna put. So we'll do like a loose wrap around of this. And if we see something else, we can go back up. But for the most part, we made it down. Back out the way we came. A little bit of a wash. Now, I do have to say that I do enjoy the remoteness of this. It's kind of taking you back into the back of Skyline. If you were to hike this entire trail all the way out, you'd actually end up in the back of Skyline, and you have to figure out how the hell to get back. So, we're just trying to get to the petroglyphs. I think we're not too far, but they don't do a good job of marking out the distances. It's kind of difficult to tell where exactly they are, but it said they're this way, so the sun kind of peeking down over the ridge now. You have to step this one out a little bit further, a little bit faster if we're gonna make it. So, like I said, I was reading the blog, and the guy didn't get real descriptive, didn't have a ton of information. So, that's what revisiting history does, man. We go to the sites that are hard to see, and when you look up here, you got hills, and down here you got valleys. So, there's lots and lots of places where it could be structures, could be mounds, could be, of course, petroglyphs. Now look, oh wow, I'm gonna get a video of this. Might be the largest pack rat nest. Now look at that giant sucker. It goes basically from the very bottom all the way up this cactus. You can see the cholla balls and the, I keep calling it Christmas tree. I don't think that's the name of it, but you keep seeing that on there. And like I said, the valley below, who knows what's down there. Let's keep on trucking. 10-4. Now I was starting to give up hope. I was starting to think maybe up here, up there, and then particularly up there, it looks like there's some rock riding. We'll have to take note of that. But if you look ahead, I see some glimmering in the distance. I see some light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully it's not a train. I think we found them. It's a little bit out here, but I think we finally made it. I see the looks like barbed wire or razor wire or something. I know that was mentioned on the thing, but they're awfully low to the ground, man. Normally, these type of structures, you can see them up or higher. So, I'm not thinking these are the only ones out here. That's my moment we've all been waiting for. Hopefully they're not like super damaged. All right, here we are. Let's get a better look from the sun. Definitely some damn graffiti. Somebody's an asshole. Now you look up here, those ones are going to be 100% legit, so I don't know what that shows, but crazy looking petroglyphs out here. Some dots. Again, some graffiti. I don't know if those feet don't look contemporary, but neither does that LEB, which clearly is. I think over here is another Avenue. See if we can get around there. Beautiful, beautiful. Like maybe rams. It's amazing. Let's get some photos. Now this one's on the outside of the enclosure. You can assume it's contemporary due to the way it's scratched in there. But if it wasn't, that'd be a one heck of a sight to see. You can see up above why the access has been so limited, but you see what happened at the white tanks, and you can see why, or even on the front end of this thing, you can see why they would do it, because people are assholes and they damage. The goal is I'm trying to make my way around, and they've got the entire thing enclosed, with the exception of the one contemporary that you can see. But apparently there's some also striations on top, or petroglyphs on top. But I'm thinking there's got to be some more up in these mountains. They don't usually just, holy cow, it's a lot of cholla. They don't usually just put these in one spot. Normally they'll put them in multiple locations. So this is probably just a one of many. We're out here just trying to cover the history and before it gets destroyed, right? So this is the main one, and of course you can't really see anything on this side. But you look up there, and there's certain areas. As a historian, you start to develop an eye for, And this is one of those locations that I think there's more to it than meets the eye. I don't think people have truly uncovered the rest of this area. So it's unfortunate it's double padlocked, but there's not much. Oh wow, look at that one. Look at that one. That's beautiful. Wow. Trying to see if there's any more on this side. It doesn't appear there's a whole lot on this side except for, of course, the very large one right here. Well, unfortunately, there ain't no petroglyphs up here. We got a nice view. We're going to try and use this little canal littered with cacti, so if we slip, it's going to suck. Oh. That would have really sucked. Slow and easy. Nice and easy day. Almost in there. Gonna need a shower. Hopefully I don't step on a rattler. Holy shit. There we go. Almost there. Probably scared away any rattlers, all the sound I make. Damn. One more boulder jump. And we're out. Way the fuck up there. Let's go back. Oh shit. Oh shit. Whew. We good though. You know, the sad thing is that without putting myself in danger almost consistently, I would have no chance of a TV show or anything like that. I'd never have the views, the subscribers. And those who came early, thank you so much for everything. You guys are the reason we do this. We get out here. I risk my life and limb sometimes to try and get the content that is enjoyable and sometimes even more than expected. So thank you for everything you people do. You guys are what make revisiting history work. Now we're gonna hike this out in the dark. Maybe we see some cool things. Be nice if we can do a little fisticuffs with some coyotes or something. Right? Do one more go around of this here section with the petroglyphs, and then we'll get out of here. Like I said, it's getting dark. Hurt my leg. Almost caught a cactus to the face and body. That would have sucked pretty bad. But it didn't happen, so we do it on top of a rock, but I might be able to get some of the upper images on this petroglyph. So we're going to be right there on the top. Let's see if I can raise that up. And then try and hopefully get a photo as well. But that's the upper ones on the same structure. I'm going to go over here to show them off. The whole family of them, whole family of quail. Where they at? Oh, they're leaving me. You can kind of see them though. Whole bunch of them though. Almost makes me not want to go hunting. Almost. There's a rabbit out here. Hey, bunny. Spooking him out a little bit. Look at him. He's a cottontail. We see him always. We see a lot of cottontails out here. Basically the same mountain range, so that's expected. He's a good guy though. They're so benign. I mean, like every once in a while you'll see them in some scat, but that's usually after they've been processed. Animal trails. I mean, you see animal trails all over the place. Once you get an eye for them, it's like they're everywhere. You know, anything that looks like you could probably squeeze down with a little bit of effort. But sun's going down. We gotta get back within a decent amount of time, I guess. So we'll keep on walking. I'm walking. Crazy, man. Like, you get so caught up in your day-to-day life and the world around you and the politics and the drama and shit. Speaking of which, tune into Apocalypse tonight, hopefully. And but then you come out here, and you don't have any of that. You hear the birds chirping, and you hear the bushes rustle, and then you can hear the crickets chirping. I mean, it's absolute serenity. What a gorgeous place to be out in nature. And I'm a conservative to the core, but you gotta protect the parks, man. The park services, the wildlife refuges, they're so important to being able to have an outlet from the shitty city that I'm looking at right now as I go out of here. And it's just like glistening metal and glass and just smog and horns, and it's terrible way of living. And that's not how humans were meant to live, man. Let's get some good shots of this. Just look at this. Guy. Look at this. Look at these rocks and the mountains and the different types of cacti. The Palo Verde integrated into a tree almost. It's absolutely insane. You can see it growing through. Like I said up here, look how steep these are. Formed thousands of years ago by tectonic plates shifting together. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I forgot to mention. And then you look over there, and then you see the shining steel and glass and industry and smog and everything that gives us the sicknesses that we have. So I'll pick one over the other. I'll tell you for sure. One more quick note. It's easy to get carried away out here when you're on the trail. It's easy to get like really kind of they call it the runner's high, right? And even when you're hiking, this can happen. You can get that significant buzz in your head where you're just like, gotta keep going. And after a while, it starts to zoom by a little bit, and you got to kind of check yourself, because if not, you can walk off of the edges. You can walk into cacti. So you got to always remain on your toes to an extent, because we're not used to this, right? Our lives are so simple these days. We order everything. We have everything delivered, and that's not what it's like out here. So you have to stay on your toes. And I mean, there's a couple times, like earlier, I almost face first into a cacti. I wouldn't be talking to you right now, probably. I'd probably be getting airlifted out or something. But you have to stay on your toes and make sure you're always paying attention to the rocks, to the creatures, to the plants. Second of all, water. You always should bring water, no matter how short your trail is going to be, no matter how long it's going to be. You got to make sure you bring your water, because, of course, you may not be thirsty right away. You may not be thirsty a mile in, but you never know how long you're going to be out here. You get lost, like I said, you end up off the trail. You're going to need that water. And then last of all, since I'm out here busting it, baby, please make sure to like and subscribe. And, stay tuned for more Revisit History. We got a lot more of this to come. It's going to be good stuff. Today I thought was pretty good. Hey, cottontail. A lot of cottontails out here, right? Jackrabbits are back home. But yeah, I mean, you see a ton of wildlife. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because we're out here busting it. And like I said, sometimes it's not safe, sometimes it's deadly. And this is what I love doing. So if something were to ever happen to me doing this, at least I provided this history to you. I brought it to you personally. But and then my life lives on through these videos. So thank you for watching. Like I said, the people who tuned in originally, thank you. The people who are just watching because they hate me, thank you for this, the views, because that helps as well. So if you don't like me, tune out, please. But if you're one of the originals, you're here sticking through the entire video the entire time, I appreciate you significantly. You're gonna see me looking down. I'm trying to follow my own words and not break my face on some rocks. But thank you for everything. I can't be more thankful to my subscribers, to my followers, the people who allow this to happen. Plague of Baron Samedi might get pushed back a little bit because of the fact that we put out a GoFundMe. GoFundMe is doing all right, but I don't think we're gonna hit our goal. I think we might set the goal too high. And then some of the filming has been pushed back due to some of the discrepancies within the film, because you want to make it look like it's one film. You don't want to make it look like you've gone out 3-4 times to shoot. So we have that coming soon, but stay tuned. Lots of projects in the works. I have the story of my father, Take the Blue Pill, about my father's struggles with opiates, also coming out very shortly. And we'll be out here. We'll be out here working. Just because you don't see a video every day, just because you might see a skipping video for 3 days, I may be editing. I may be out on the trail. You never know. Like I said, today we'll probably have a podcast. I feel like having a podcast. Hopefully election night we'll have a podcast. This probably won't even be out before election night, but hopefully election night we'll have a podcast live. That'll probably be one of the longest podcasts we've done, because of the fact that we may not even know who the president is for the first time in I don't know how long. the night of. So, at least within my lifetime, we've always known who the president was. The end of November 3rd, by the beginning hours of November 4th, whether it be midnight or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we usually know. So, we'll be out here, we'll be on the trails, hitting the projects, making sure that we can bring this history to you, and then also covering the events in the history, not as we wish it were to be, but as it is, as I do say. So, I'll have to make a shirt of that. That's a good one. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good night. I'll bring you some more videos if you see some more stuff, but I think we're basically wrapped up with this one, so thank you. And then one last message as we go ahead and take a look at the birds and the rabbits up here. This is the concern for me, is the encroachment on the wildlife out here. As you see, of course, we have a whole golf course very, very close to the actual mountains and the petroglyphs. So a lot of times they'll make way, they'll destroy entire areas. They'll probably flatten out that mountain and then dot it with hills, unfortunately. So make sure you're out there conserving, you know, the environment's, it's worth a lot to us.